Listen to me closely. Never, under any circumstances ever, attempt to solve her problems for her, give her advice, or even try to improve the quality of her life when you two are dating. All of these things signal that you are a good man. All of these things signal that you are stable. All of these things show her that you would provide a good future. And all of these things will start to turn her off. Let's dive in. But the reason why this is so important is because majority of men, you're going to have to go against your natural instincts. As your natural instincts tell you to love a woman, protect her, provide for her, be there for her, help guide her through hard circumstances, give her advice if she asks you things, or give her advice on what she should do. All of this will typically make the relationship go south. It will cause her to lose interest and attraction for you, and I'm going to show you why. So here's what you'll notice, okay? The more you date, you see specifically how a man's core fantasy is nothing like hers. Majority of men believe in the white picket fence life, where they have an amazing home and a woman who loves them, and that's it, and they probably grow old together and have a beautiful relationship. A woman's core fantasy of romance is far different. So a woman's core fantasy of romance is falling in love with the bad boy, and eventually she turns him into a good man, but only good for her. This is her core fantasy. So you might be sitting here at this point in my video and you're wondering, well, how does that have anything to do with giving a woman advice or not? How does this have anything to do with improving the quality of her life or anything like that? I'm going to explain. You see, when you start to give actual conversation, you give real answers to things, you're actually failing her interest tests. She is testing you and you are failing. You're showing her that you are a good man. You are showing her that you are a good man who is stable, who is there for her, who is predictable. And because of that, she gets turned off. So to help you with all this, let me explain something. When dealing with women, you are going to have to really attempt to almost like turn off your logical brain when you are communicating. Your natural tendencies will gravitate towards male logic, okay? And what you have to understand, what you have to remember, what you have to recognize is what makes logical sense in your mind for what she should be attracted to, or what makes logical sense in your mind for how things should play out will never make emotional sense to her. They are completely different. So listen to me closely. Never give any real advice or even reveal your opinion on things. And there's a variety of reasons for this. So what you always want to do, and I'm going to give you the reasons, I'm going to give you the step-by-step processes why you need to do this in just a second, but listen close. Never give real advice or even reveal your opinion on things. What you want to do is you want to give blanket statements that have no real meaning. This is very important because when you see this, you'll notice you are being tested. So here's what happens. The second you attempt to give advice, the second you attempt to guide or lead towards a verbal conclusion, here's what happens. Or let's say even you set goals for a better future with her if you two are dating. Let's say you two are in a relationship, and let's say you have this plan for how you're going to improve the quality of your life and her life. Watch her lose respect for you. This is what actually happens when you attempt to give a woman advice, even if she asks you a question. Her subconscious mind, okay, her attraction mechanisms. Notice something. This is not her consciously saying, oh, this is turning me off. This is just happening subconsciously. Her subconscious sits there and goes, look at him invest time. Look at him invest sentences coming out of his mouth. look at him invest energy. She'll sit there and go look at him invest help and mental bandwidth all to solve my problem. Never, under any circumstances, attempt to solve her problem that she claims she wants you to fix. You will be very punished for this, and here's why. What will happen when you try to solve her problem is she will take none of your advice. She will tell you that you think you know everything, and most likely she will tell you that you're not a good listener. And you're going to sit there and go, so this woman asked me a question. This woman claimed she wanted help. This woman claimed she wanted an answer. This woman claimed that she had things to say and wanted my guidance. And the second that I was there and did that, she doesn't desire me because you failed her test. What you will see, the more women that you date or the longer you've been in a relationship for, is very rarely do women actually want any real advice or any help with any problem that they actually claim that they have. They do not want real help. They oftentimes do not want any real advice. They just want to be heard. Even if she claims she wants help or advice. And at the end of the day, she will do what she wants to do. And she will do what she was going to do regardless of your opinion or the advice that you were attempting to give. In fact, the help that you were attempting to give, a lot of times, this is what you'll notice. If she comes to you with a problem, like she comes to you with a verbal problem, could be a problem with her car, it could be a problem at work, it could be a problem between her and her coworker, and they're having a disagreement and she's trying to figure out how to solve it. It could be a variety of things. This is how this interest test looks. She will ask you for your opinion and she will ask you for your help on how to solve it. You will give your opinion or you will give the advice. You will give help. And here's what will happen. She will listen to you as you're saying it. She will take mental notes that this is probably the correct way to solve it, which is why you're giving her that advice in the first place. She'll take this interest test now and start to alter her vocal tone to make it seem like she's now angry at you or to make it seem like she's not pleased with your answer. And even though she knows that the help that you just gave would have been most likely correct or helped her in that circumstance, she will go and purposefully oftentimes do the exact opposite just so you can sit back and watch and see that she didn't take your advice in the first place. This is what she wants. She wants to sit back and show you that she didn't want to listen to you. Or she wanted to sit back and show you that she thought that your advice was poor, even if the help that you were giving, even if the help that you offered to show, even if the help that you're demonstrating would have solved her problem. She wants to show you now that she didn't want that help anyways. That's how that's going to go. Never attempt to solve a woman's problems for her. Never attempt to give advice. Never attempt to improve the quality of her life for her. You focus 100% of your time on you, which brings me to the second half of this video. All improvements to your life needs to be for you. Every single second of your mental energy, mental bandwidth, time, energy, care, resources, you put towards serving you. And as you put it towards serving you, she sticks with you because you're stronger than the rest. I understand how this sounds completely opposite to what you think would happen. If you had to draw this out logically on a piece of paper, you would think that what should work or what would happen is you would think naturally that, hey, the more I show I'm there for her, the more that I show I'm willing to help, the more I'll satisfy hypergamy, or the more I'm going to look like I'm a better companion because I'm demonstrating and proving my loyalty and my care. And then you realize in the real world, it doesn't work out that way. What makes logical sense to you in your mind will never make emotional sense to her when she's deciding which man she wants to be with. It is opposite. All improvements to your life needs to be for you. So when you give a woman advice or help or care, you no longer complete her fantasy. Her fantasy was winning over the bad boy and changing him into a good man, but only good for her. And that's not what you are. You are the good man to the core. So here's what you're going to notice. You're now that good guy when you offer that help. You are now that good guy when you give that solution. You are now that good guy when you show that your help would have solved that problem. And what you're going to notice is she resents you for every single sentence and answer and piece of help that you've offered to give. This is what you're going to notice. Women choose to reward the men who do not act good. Women choose to reward the men on an intimate and a romantic level when they do not act good. They choose to oftentimes sexually reward the men who don't care about the relationship, who do not care to, let's say, cooperate and give a lot of communication throughout the day. They choose to reward the men who act as if they don't need or want or desire a relationship. And on top of that, the men who act like they could take it or leave it. I'll see you when I see you. I don't when I don't. Whatever happens, happens. I take every day as a day, and whatever happens just happens that day. These men who carry themselves with that nonchalant vibe and attitude, these are the men that will continuously be rewarded. The second you give any energy, emphasis, care, time, and effort to solving her problems or giving any type of advice that would have helped, you are in for a rude awakening because you will watch she doesn't like you. So when you behave like this and you act as if you don't need anything from anybody, you act as if you don't need communication or a relationship, she goes, wow, if I don't reach out to him, he doesn't really care. He doesn't need me. Which makes her go, maybe I need him. Maybe he has so much value, he doesn't feel the need to solve my problem. Maybe he has so much going on in his own life, he doesn't feel the need to take time to answer my questions. This is what her subconscious starts to think. So, how your life goes, if you do what makes logical sense in your mind, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to demonstrate this right now. This is how your life goes if you do what makes logical sense in your mind. Number one, you are there for her. You attempt to solve her problems. You give her advice. You promise and you provide a good future. This is very important to understand and to interpret here. When you promise to provide a good future and you do provide a good future, you are a man who is stable. You have given her rock solid masculine stability. Women don't gravitate towards stability, and women don't gravitate towards certainty. Women gravitate towards uncertainty. Women gravitate towards the things that are the opposite. Women gravitate towards the men that they have to really try to win over. And the second you are this stable, predictable, good man is the second she doesn't like you. She sits back and she goes, look at this guy really take the time out of his day to try and solve my problem. Look at this guy try to look at the problems we have in the relationship or with our life. Look at him really look out for me and try to solve these things so that way I have a better future. What a good man. And she goes, he's weak. Why does he feel the need to care about me? She wakes up and she goes, why does he like me so much? She goes, I wake up and I don't even like me as much as he likes me. Why does he like me so much? And she loses respect for you. You provide a good future, you're logical, you're loyal, you show that you would be there for her, and here's what you're left with. She pulls away, or she leaves, or she cheats. And now you come to my channel and you say, what did I do wrong? Why did things go south? You will be punished for doing what makes logical sense in your mind. Because listen to me closely. What makes logical sense in your mind for how a relationship should work will never make emotional sense in her heart. And this is something that you just have to understand.